Wow, it is muy cold out here this morning. I'm gonna keep plugging on this thing. What the heck? So if you watch my video from yesterday, you know where I left off. It started, but it died. It started, it died, it started, it died. So I think it's fuel delivery at this point, and probably the timing's a little bit off. I need to get it to idle so I can make adjustments. There was a problem I found also. I got a little fuel leak, and let's take a look at that. So I've already pulled off the snorkel, and this, I think they call this the intake tube. It goes down in here, goes up to the vacuum control unit, I think, and this elbow over here. Anyway, then also to get down to where I'm going, I had to take the throttle position sensor cable off that connector right there, and that is exactly what I'm trying to get to. So I was calling this a startup valve yesterday. It's actually a frequency valve. And remember when I first turned the key on, I heard it like buzzing. So what it does, it's got a fuel line that comes off the fuel distributor, and it's triggered, and it goes, looks like two different places. Goes into this T. That little hard line goes back to the warm-up valve, if I remember correctly. But anyway, it's leaking on the braided line from the frequency valve. So I need to check those connections. I've got a hose connection, and I've also got a band clamp on there. So let me put a wrench on those. All right, I got everything back on. I did double check I cranked it without the snorkel and everything on there, just to make sure it didn't leak, and it doesn't. So I guess I'll crank it again a bit. I also want to double check the starting point on the timing, and I know I had some interest in all that, but let's see what happens now that I've fixed that leak, because that valve there seems to be integral to the whole CIS injection system. Okay. Yeah, I don't think fuel delivery is any good. Well, I got sidetracked. I cranked on it, and it was leaking fuel again from that fitting way the heck down in there. Barely see it, and see it in the middle of the frame. From that frequency valve. So I took the snorkel off again. Took the Y pipe, intake pipe, whatever it is. Took the TPS connector off, and actually pulled the whole little assembly out, the frequency valve and the hose attached to it, and put it on the bench, and put some, I've got like this thread sealer, and I put that in there around that. It's a barb fitting with just a band clamp, which isn't the best thing for a high pressure area. It may be an ongoing problem, but let me go ahead and explain how this timing works on this car, most cars really. So I've got everything at top dead center. I've got the camshaft. See the little mark there? It's at the pointer. And of course the crank is at top dead center. So basically that would be firing cylinder 1, right? You trace that back to your cap. And when you pull your cap off, you want that rotor hitting that contact, right? Which looks like it's right on it. I mean, it lines up real good as far as that position is concerned. But what I would do if I thought that was off a little is loosen up on that nut there, and you turn the whole distributor housing. The rotor shaft doesn't move. You're just actually turning the housing around the rotor shaft, basically, and that's how you realign those contact points. So that's pretty much how you set timing. I was a little concerned that maybe this was off, but boy, it really is spot on. I mean, as a starting point. So I'm just going to stick with that for now. I might try monkeying with it and try to retard it a little or advance it a little. Maybe that'll help it along. But this gives you a rudimentary understanding. Okay, well, I had a setback. I was topping off the coolant, and all of a sudden it just started spilling from the back of the block. So what I found is I've got a hose off. The thermotime hose, coolant hose, should be on right there. I don't know how I missed that, but yeah, I guess the thermostat finally opened up when I was testing, and that coolant started running down there. Yeah, it was just pouring out. So I went ahead and pulled the distributor. I mean, I'm going to do that now on when I'm working back here. It just makes it too hard with the distributor on there.